Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden is out here campaigning and have Kamala running all over the country trying to campaign because he wants you to reelect him. I mean, I don't know why some people would vote for him at this point. He has made sure 7 million people has been put into this country through the asylum system, also illegal immigration. He's been flying people all over the country, dropping off in cities, at least 30,000 a month that he could fly in. All the other ones are coming in through the southern border without any kind of control, taking resources from American citizens who really, really need it. He's spending, millions upon millions of dollars in Ukraine. He's giving all the money he can to Israel. And while American citizens are struggling, we're dealing with high inflation in this country. Well, Joe Biden was asked about inflation. And oh boy, listen to his response.
Take any blame for inflation, Mr. President?
I take any blame for inflation? No.
Why not?
Because it was already there when I got here, man. Remember what the economy was like when I got here? Jobs were hemorrhaging. Inflation was rising. We weren't manufacturing a damn thing here. We were in real economic difficulty. That's why I don't.
Well, Joe Biden, just a quick Google search. In 2019, inflation was like 1.3%. And then you look in 2020, it rose up to about 2.6, 2.7%. By the time you got in office in 2021, it rose up to almost 4.5%. 2022, it went up to 8%. You understand what I'm saying? So you can look at 2023, it came down a little bit back down to 4, little almost 5. And now we're in 2024 now, right? So you don't take you don't take responsibility for that? Like, see, if you can't even take responsibility for what you have been over the economy, then why should people go out and vote for you? Why? See, no matter what, when you took the job, that's what you wanted. The buck stops with you. You can't say, no, you don't take no responsibility. Well, what we have seen when Trump was in office, we didn't have this problem. Why you think more and more people are saying where Trump at? Why you think more and more people, either some of them support Trump quietly. They're going to go in the booth and vote for Trump. They won't tell you that, but they're going to go in the booth and vote for him because it's the economy. See, people like him, he got millions of dollars. He got all kind of people giving him money. Your senators, your Congress people, they don't live like the average American. They don't. So inflation don't bother them. They got it. But what about people like you who are paying for groceries every day, who's watching what he did say was true, shrinkflation, where they're shrinking the size of things, but yet raising the prices on it? It's ridiculous that even if you want that horrible fast food, it is a ridiculously priced, $10 to $15 in some places. That is unreal and unheard of. I have not seen gas prices drop at all since this man been in office. Everything has went up since this man been in office. And he has not done nothing about it. The only thing he can do is watch American citizens suffer, but he want to make sure the migrants coming here and they're giving all our resources. He's giving all our resources to go fight a proxy war with Ukraine and Russia, because they know good and well if NATO was to attack Russia, Russia gonna start nuking them. We already know that because he promised that. If NATO attack me, I'm gonna nuke them. He said that. So the only way they can fight Russia is through Ukraine. That's really what it is. So they giving all this money. They're not watching the money. We know good and well there's a lot of money laundering going. How can Zelensky in a war zone come to Florida and getting houses? But your country's in a war zone? Every time I look up, he's in this country asking for money. And bruh, shouldn't you be worrying about a war right now? It can't be that bad. You're traveling around here, right? You're literally watching all our money go to every other foreigner except the American people. And you see, what the American people have to be, you have to think America first, foreigners last. That's how every other country viewed their country. They don't put foreigners first. I've been to several countries, and they would not put a foreigner first. They were going to put their people first, and they should. Some countries got reduced prices for citizens and raised prices for foreigners. Now, do I agree with that part of it? No, because we don't do that to foreigners when they come to this country. That's one thing I don't agree with. But I still say you're always supposed to prioritize your people, your citizens first. They're paying the tax dollars. How is it you got homeless Americans, but yet you putting migrants in shelters? You know what I'm saying? It's that sort of thing. And yet, on top of that, was causing economic pain. He takes no responsibility. None. He says, well, you know, I don't take blame for nothing. And he said it with a straight face and with a deep voice. Now, let's call it what it is. If that was Barack Obama, they'd have made headline news. They'd have been riding down Obama all day long, and I'm not an Obama fan. But this guy gets to say that? I don't see how any black person, because, you know, we talk to black people. I don't see how any black person can go vote for this guy. The excuses you use is, oh, well, you know, Trump, he's a threat to democracy. What democracy? What democracy black Americans really have? Democracy says you have a voice. What voice do black Americans have? We really had a voice. We have reparations already. These Democrats don't do nothing to help black people. Not a freaking thing. So what do you mean democracy? I'm worried about that. Just because that person got a D in front of their name, you don't care what they do. They can take you to hell. You don't care as long as they got a D in front of their name. I never understand that. And thank God we're having more and more people in Gen X, Millennial, and Gen Z who are saying, man, the hell with that. We thinking about our pocketbook. Thank God more of us are waking up because more of us are affected by these policies of the Shady Pine generation who's running everything. That's a problem. These people won't even retire and say, hey, man, let me retire and done my time. You know, the younger people are here. Hey, let's put some younger people in these places here so we can keep the country vibrant, young. That's why we don't have no new ideas in America. You know why we don't innovate in America like we should? Because we don't have young people to innovate. It takes younger people to be innovative. It do. Our country is slowly going down the tubes because it's ran by people that should not be in those positions. They should be at home. They should be traveling, vacationing, playing golf, fishing, doing something. Not in that position. They ain't done enough time. Nobody should be in no politics 40 plus years. That's why we need term limits. Like the president has term limits, two 4-year terms. That should be Senate. That should be House. I don't think federal judges should be up there for life. They should be up there for 10 years. That's it. And switch them out. Same thing in Supreme Court. They should be there 10 years. Switch them out. That way, if you got a bad judge, well, at least you know he gonna get out in 10 years. Right? And that's that. Term limits. That will keep the country young, that keep the country going, and you won't get no career politicians that way. That's what you have to do. But Biden set up here not taking responsibility. Y'all got to remember that mess on election day. Y'all got to remember that. Whoever you want to vote for is your business, but I'm saying I couldn't vote for a person who won't take personal responsibility for what they have done to the country economically. This man is a step below Jimmy Carter in how he ruining the economy. Then he lies and say the economy is doing good. No, it's not. Just because your rich buddies at the country club and your investment banker buddies and all your friends overseas are doing great with all the money you're sending them, they don't represent the country. Americans feel like it's a slap in the face. All the things you've been doing for foreigners and not doing nothing for the American people. And I say to all the people who are upset, I'm talking to young people too. Young people, listen to me. I know a lot of you are mad. I know you're upset. Well, you got to sit up, bruh, sis. You got to go get registered to vote and participate in getting this dude out of office. Get him out. Think about your pocketbook, not personality. Not if this guy like me or not. Think about your pocketbook. If you want your pocketbook worse than what it is 4 years after this, go put Biden back. Go put Biden back in there. And you're going to be dealing with 10, 12, and 15% interest rates. You're going to be dealing with probably 20% inflation. Go put him back in there. Go ahead. Go ahead. He's not good for the economy, folks, and he don't care about America. He's America last. And you need candidates who's going to think about Americans first. It's just that simple. But we also got to lay it at the American people and the voters, because you got to do something about it. You got to. A lot of y'all came out in 2020. You wanted to get Trump out. Fine, you got him out. Now look what you got. A lot of you regret voting for this man. Some of you say you only voted for him because of Kamala. Some of you. Well, Kamala is not in control of the economy. Kamala's not making decisions. So I guess that was a silly thing to do, right? Well, hindsight's 2020. It is. Just like that election year, right? But the economy is the most important thing right now. The economy. Some people won't survive another 4 years underneath this man. Y'all better wake up, because this man is not for American people. He's for foreigners. He's for giving our tax dollars to foreign nations. He's about fighting foreign wars. Remember, during Trump, we didn't have no war like that. We wasn't fighting wars. We wasn't. This man getting office, and look all the wars that got started. Y'all want to get this man back in office? Y'all put this man back in office, we're going to be in World War III, and they're going to be drafting your sons and daughters. Then you're going to be crying then. And I'm going to say, I told you so.